Welcome to Florida's Paradise Coast, Naples, Florida, home of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Here at East Naples Community Park, one of the most unique pickleball venues in the world. And this is the second day of an amazing event. We are here with a look at Zing Zang Championship Court, and yesterday was spectacular. We're going to have some more great pro play today. You can see the stands are already beginning to fill up, and the weather is fantastic today. There you have that beautiful view of the baseline as they're moving through the pro split age men's bracket. I am Rusty Howes, and I'm here with Eva Welsher. Once again, thank you for being here last year, yesterday, and we get today to talk about your favorite bracket. But before that, let's take a look at yesterday. Absolutely. It was Singles Sunday, both for the senior pro and the regular pro, and we saw some amazing matches, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there was such energy, and it was very taxing, and we saw a lot of variety, and it was, oh, here we go.
The first senior pro, we had actually two international players coming together, Marcel Jardim and Marco Osorio, and ultimately it went to Marcel Jardim, Simone Jardim's older brother, but we saw some great play, and it was so exciting to see them go through that.
Yeah, I mean, Marcelo just had such amazing angles. I know Marco was a little bit hurt, but Marcelo earned that victory.
And so, Eva, it was a fantastic time. Again, we got a chance to talk to them and recognizing that there's new players coming here to Zing Zang Championship Court, but not just in that category. In the pro category, we saw some new faces as well. Chris Hayworth, who's had a really strong year, defeating Ben Johns earlier this year, and he was facing off of younger, but also kind of a veteran, Jack Foster. And ultimately, Jack, his energy, his endurance, I mean, he was just slamming. You can see it right there, him moving through the field.
Yeah, I mean, to take it in 2 sets after he had a very, very difficult match with J.W. Johnson and took that match, Chris fought very, very hard, but ultimately the intensity of Jack Foster, the shot placement was amazing.
Exactly. You see some of the frustration from Hayworth there, but ultimately it did go to Foster. Super excited. He's from Florida. He's a Gator. There's a lot of local fans here. You know, Kyle Yates knew him. He was able to kind of talk through that, and it was just really impressive to see some new blood here. And women's senior, once again, some new faces on Zing Zang Championship Court. We began off with Karen Kochis versus Spencer Mormon, and Kyle kept talking about how the lateral movement, the coverage of the court was just so fantastic.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I just love Kochis uses so many angles. You can see right there that, you know, backhand or forehand, she was able to find open property and just really push Spencer to go for shots that were a little bit outside her range.
Yeah, exactly. You see the score there, 11-6, 11-1, and it looks a little lopsided, but if you saw it, there was just a lot of back and forth. And again, one of the challenges that we have in pickleball, where you're only serving and scoring when you serve, you can have all these great rallies and interactions, but with a lower score.
Correct.
Finally, let's take a look at the single women's pro. And we had young Georgia Johnson, who's growing up here in Florida and getting better and better, competing against veteran Megan Fudge.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia just has so much power. I mean, she gets to that net, and she gives you no breathing room whatsoever. I mean, Megan Fudge is unbelievable, her explosiveness through her legs. But, you know, Georgia just had an answer to everything that Megan was throwing at her, but pretty proud of Megan and just love Georgia and how her game is developing.
Yeah, I mean, again, everybody was here, and there was a really special, you can see that fist poke and the smile from Georgia. She said, hey, stay tuned, there's more to come. And everybody, we got all those people ready for a possible triple crown, but we're coming back with the pro split age bracket in a moment.
Margaritaville. It's not just a state of mind. Now it's a place to live. Introducing Latitude Margaritaville. New homes in 55 and better communities where you can live the Margaritaville lifestyle every day. Find your new home at latitudemargaritaville.com.
Here on Florida's Paradise Coast, you can't help but think, if only every beach was this beautiful. If only every adventure was this exciting. If only every dinner was this special. If only every sky was this dramatic. All of which proves one thing. When you want a vacation to deliver only the finest of everything, only Paradise will do. Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going. Oh.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit margaritavilleresorts.com.
We're coming into a game already in process with a beautiful view at the golf there. Welcome to Naples, Florida, the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. We're in Zing Zang Championship Court, and we just finished game number 1 of a semi in this pro split age. You can see there in the near court, there's Dylan Frazier, and the game just finished out at 11-2. Some exciting stuff happening, and Eva's excited to kind of talk through some of the different strategy that you saw evolving. And again, rolling through it, the score 11-2. If you haven't seen it, but there's some intensity and there's a lot of back and forth.
So just to kind of set the stage for everybody who are just tuning in, the first game, excuse me, Kyle Yates was on the deuce side in front of Dylan Frazier, and Dane Gindrich was in front of Althoff Merchant, and it seemed like they were pretty much going to try to outdink Althoff, and Althoff notoriously bounces the ball and doesn't take it out of the air, but they were not, their strategy was not winning. So it got to about 10-0, and then
exactly, almost a shutout.
Yeah, they needed to change the rhythm. They needed to show something else. I mean, when you're down that far, folks, you know, you can't keep your game plan A. You got to go to B or C. So then they changed it up. They put Kyle on the ad side and Dane on the deuce side, and they started speeding it up, and they added some lobs, some drop shots. So adding some variety, which is, what the pros do, right? They strategize, they try, one team makes a move, you make another move. So that's what's going on right now. So we'll see how they're going to set up. Right now I see Kyle's going to be on the left, which is probably smart. He can attack more, and we'll see if their new strategy is going to work.
Yes, and again, if you're just joining us, this is a different bracket. It's the pro split age. As we said in our opener, one of your favorite formats.
So favorite.
You have your over 50 pro and your under 50 pro. So there in the red is Dane Gingrich, and U.S. Open legend Kyle Yates in the white. About to serve is Althoff Merchant with his partner, Dylan Frazier. Net cord.
Most of this game is going to be dinking between the seniors, with the younger pros trying to instigate something.
Yeah, Dylan tries to heat it up a little high and it goes long. And we got a side out. Again, game number 1. Yates and Gingrich struggled to get any points on the board. We'll see if number 2 is any different.
So Dane has been really looking to Ernie after his dinks, trying to really push his opponent back. And that's what Kyle just did, right? Dane's going to push Althoff back, making him hit a ball late, and then Kyle's going to come in and try to Ernie it. Miscommunication there in the middle. Usually what happens, Althoff is a lefty, so, that happens every once in a while. Yeah, he caught Dane moving back.
Yeah.
He needed to stay up there, or at least get his weight forward so he was ready to accept that ball.
Goes long, and so we're at 3-0, already significantly different than game number 1 as Kyle Yates serves.
So Dylan and Althoff are now on the side that is going with the wind a little bit. It seems to be swirling a little bit, but when he hit that return, it definitely was, he was going with the wind.
Merchant serves.
Kyle and Dane switch again.
Oh. Good get there, pop off, but ultimately goes a little long. Moving us to second serve.
Those young legs, I could never get that.
Point.
Heats it up at Gingrich, who ultimately looks like a little bit of a mishit, popped directly down into his feet.
1-3-2.
Great deep serve.
Side out.
Kyle was waiting for that forehand. Probably need to put that someplace else.
3-1-1.
Kyle and Gingrich are up in the second set.
Yeah, that's a nice interchange.
Yep.
4-1-1.
Here's a look. Get pulled out. ATP, Kyle puts it away.
Yep.
So
Second
come back
serve.
just after another point finish there. Moving to second serve.
4-1-2.
Boy, they're really getting
Point.
some good let chords on that, Dane and Kyle. When you put
5-1-2.
topspin on the ball, that good things happen, right? Good, right
Side
at his
out.
feet, right at his feet. Took some pace off. That's what you want. You definitely don't want to hit it to Kyle's
1-5-1.
waist.
He's really pushing Merchant partway off the court.
I mean, Dylan's just leaving that left side wide open,
Yeah.
just baiting them to go. Just baiting them. Look at that. They're both on the same side. Nobody's hitting to the open property. But that's what Dylan wants, right?
Oh,
Point.
Kyle attacks.
but
Frazier's able to duck under it.
yeah, he attacked from low, though. I mean, he was just a
2-5-1.
little impatient. He should have waited another shot until he got a higher one because his ball just went up.
Nice. Oh,
And there's the hip thrust from Althoff Merchant as what he's known for.
we got that in a little promo video we did for the Open with that classic on one of his victories.
If you don't get the hip thrust, you don't know that Althoff Merchant's on the court. That's awesome.
3-5-1.
So closing the gap, 3-5. Frazier serves to Yates.
Althoff is using the middle a lot. Just going right to the middle, not trying to create too many angles.
Second
So
serve.
he caught him. He caught Dylan.
Well, yeah, like you said, he came out, he was like 2 feet from the other baseline, or other sideline.
3-5-2.
Yep. Oh, he got it. Oh,
With a short drop. Oh my
oh,
God.
hand battle. That is just amazing. Really good dinking. Little tie, redirection. Not letting anybody see the same ball too many times. Yeah.
Oh, what a point.
Yeah, he pushed him back. Althoff really should have stepped in and taken that out of the air. That was a great point. That's one thing is that, especially at the pro level, that you're never out of the point. You're never out of the
5-3-1.
point. There's always a way to get back into the point with
Yeah,
one shot.
there was so much in that interchange.
Yep.
Second serve.
He just pulled off that too early.
I think that might have been the point of the tournament so far.
5-3-2.
I think so. We can't forget Althoff's hip thrust one though. Oh, that's high. Althoff, get in.
Oh,
Oh, such a smart shot.
Kyle gets it. Another lob.
Oh, it's in.
Oh,
Let's go.
Oh, it was in.
Out.
Oh!
here, take a look at the Franklin X40 replay.
Side out. Football, left toe, side out.
Oh no, they called a foot fault.
Oh, they called a foot fault on
Football,
Dane.
left toe, side out.
What a bummer.
You. Yep.
Oh, what a bummer.
Everybody was so excited.
Everybody was so excited.
Taking a look at those feet there.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, you know, I mean.
That's what the refs, I mean, they're looking
Those
at
are the
that non-volley
rules.
zone line. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
You have 5.
I really think that Altaf should have tried to drop that, though, and get his team back into the kitchen. I think he kind of left
3,
Dylan
5,
out to
1.
dry a little bit. But things went their way. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't part of your.
Here we take a look here.
Yep.
Let's see if we can see it.
Let's see which foot.
He comes
Did you
across.
call that out?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yep,
his left
toe
foot
right.
was right on there. Yep.
All right, thank
Good
you,
job
everybody
by
in
the
the
ref.
truck.
Timeout, receivers.
Yeah, good eye on the ref.
4, 5,
Thank you for
1.
that shot there.
1 minute.
Yeah, so there was, again, most people know this nowadays, but if you are new, if your momentum or if anything within that moment takes you in to touch that line, it's a fault. And so we have a timeout called, and we will have a Takea hydration break and hear from some of the great sponsors and be back in a moment.
Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville are brought to you by Latitude, Margaritaville, and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude, Margaritaville. By Skechers Pickleball. Experience comfort that performs with the Viper Court Pro. By Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. And by Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com.
Receivers.
So
1
as we come
timeout
back, you see
remaining.
Dane
Servers,
Gingrich there. There was a
2
great
timeouts.
interchange. The crowd was clapping. Some of them were standing up.
Time
But
in.
ultimately, there was that foot fault with
4, 5,
thanks to
1.
the truck. And we had a Franklin X40 instant replay to see that. And we are in game number 2, much different than game number 1.
Second serve.
Dane was just sitting on those backhands, not even thinking about a forehand,
4, 5,
because he
2.
knows on the right side that mostly 95% of his shots will be backhands. Just trying to set that up so Kyle can get involved, moving it around. Not letting anybody get too comfortable. Moving it again. Trying to keep Dylan honest.
Yeah, he's not coming across as much as he was
No.
earlier.
Yeah.
Point.
The thing is that you have to keep the guy honest, but I
Yeah.
mean, if he's so quick
Right.
that, and he has that flick, you know, that he and JW have to go right into the body. And, you know, if you're going to hit a dink, you got to be ready to get just attacked.
5, 5, 2.
So we're now tied up, 5-5. Merchant serves to Gingrich. Yates and Gingrich switch.
The young guys are trying to get involved. Smart move again.
Kyle gets it with tweener. Oh, and it goes wide.
Point.
Oh, Altaf with his stare. What a perfect lob, though, guys. I mean, you get your opponents so that they're leaning in and they're very set in their
6,
feet,
5,
and then you
2.
lob, and it just gets them off rhythm.
So for the first time in game number 2, Frazier and Merchant take the lead.
Yep.
Point.
Bad luck. So I don't know if the audience knows, but after each game, you can go to the
7,
ref
5,
and
2.
tell them that you want a new server, which is what happened here. And then the wristband can be moved from one player to the other. So Kyle started with the wristband, and he was on the deuce side, and then after that set, they told the ref, we want to change.
8,
Dane
5,
now
2.
has
Oh,
the
sorry,
starting
Kyle.
wristband,
I will
and
recall.
they're playing it that way.
8, 5, 2.
So significant difference here now, 8-5. Wondering if we're going to see a timeout coming up.
Or just a straight change in strategy. Oh, that was good. Now, that was just a bait. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
he baited Kyle to go hard, and he had his forehand because he's a lefty. Normally, that's a backhand.
Yeah, right. So, you know, sometimes it seems obvious, but you're playing in a competition. You got to notice if they're righty or lefty, because that forehand in the middle so often doesn't happen. You have two of them.
Nice get,
good get.
Kyle. Good job, Dane. Yeah.
Points.
So when you have a righty and a lefty playing together, you can see that Kyle and Dane are trying to play to the outside. Oh, nice overhead. Excellent.
You're this side. You have 10.
I mean, the pace of that ball was just too much for Dane to handle. But Kyle
10-5-2.
and Dane are playing to the outside, and then you can see that Althoff and Dylan are playing more into the inside middle. Bad luck.
Point,
And
game,
there, game number one goes to, the match goes to Frazier and Merchant.
That's it.
And they will be progressing through to the gold medal match later on, which is going to be Dave Weinbach and Andre Diascu, who will be defending their gold from last year. So welcome to some exciting gameplay already here at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville. Here's a look at that last moment. You
and the hip thrust.
Exactly. We'll expect to see a lot more amazing things here from the court. I'll be back in a moment.
11-2, 11-5. Thank you.
Get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the crease. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the.
I don't need your money, you can pay me in respect. Cause once I do it big, what's to follow is a check.
The road to number one is never easy, but staying on top is just as hard. Winning becomes more than a goal. It becomes an expectation. Practices get longer, training more intense. Every game needs to be your best, because that's what you're gonna get. So, is it all worth it? Paddle Tech. Let's go again.
Less is more, unless it's less beer.
Fat tire.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
No.
So we're back with a nice view of Zing Zang Championship Court there, about to start another match. So this is going to be a quarterfinal in the women's pro split age bracket. We will have LeBlanc and Rain versus Frantova Kargas. We will fill you in a little bit there. There's Milan Rain, commonly known as Millie, who she was here last year, and she's going to be competing once again, seeing if she can claim out a medal this time. A great player, improving her game over and over and over again. And she, originally from Saudi Arabia, came here as a young student, played a lot of tennis in high school as well, and just really becoming more and more notable within the pickleball space.
Yeah, I mean, she practices over in Del Rey with the, Johnson 5 are they called? And she has had incredible results recently. Very powerful, short, compact strokes, and just a really sweet demeanor. Well,
and interestingly, her partner, Suzanne LeBlanc, actually introduced her to pickleball. So you have an interesting matchup there, and you can see Martina Frantova there, who comes from tennis. She played tennis at NC State, originally from Slovakia, now lives in Naples, and actually has a retail tennis and pickleball store. Her partner in the pink is Christine, commonly Chris Kargas, and she also comes from tennis. She played at University of Kentucky back in the day.
So we're about to start.
Exactly, and
0-0-2.
Referee calls the score.
Point.
Already you can see Chris trying to
1-0-2.
stay away from Millie. Wow.
Slide out.
So I actually do know Martina. I played against her in some rec games. Extremely strong, just ready to just unload and attack. Very, very sweet person.
Second server.
Yeah, so as you guys down here in Naples have the opportunity to be playing with some very talented, both young and older players.
Absolutely.
A little pop on the net. Frantova was able to put it down.
Yep.
Ultimately going their way, so we're tied up 1-1.
Yeah. Chris is known to just be one of the best defenders in the senior tour game. Really has a strong backhand reset. And recently he's really started adding a lot of aggressiveness to her game, and just one of the most liked players on the senior tour.
Oh, she gets it.
Nice gut.
Another net.
Point.
That was a little, I think, greedy on that one. It was just too low, to really lift up.
2-1-1.
Rain serves.
Nice job.
Second server.
Nice heat up, but ultimately forces a second serve. Here's a Franklin X40 instant replay. So she comes across and
there we go. Millie and Martina are just, anytime they get a chance, I think they're just going to speed it up.
Slide out.
Good job. Millie trying to reset, unsuccessful.
1-2-1.
A little high. Yep. Just
Second
a little
server.
high.
1-2-2.
Nice, Chris.
Lob. Frantova gets the paddle on it.
Oh!
Point.
I don't know if the wind was involved in that or not, or she took her eye off the ball.
It did look like it, a little bit of a knuckleball. You'll take a look here, that Frank's instant replay.
What happened there? She probably was going for too hard of an angle. She really just had to dump it over the net.
After the serve already there in the middle of the point.
Slide out.
So we have 2-2 now with a side out.
You definitely want to stay from. You definitely want to stay away from forehands. Anytime there's a forehand, somebody is going to make you suffer.
1. Second server.
So Chris is going strong cross court to stay away from Millie.
2-2-2.
Nice.
Side out.
So if you saw there, Chris went to the left hip
2-2-1.
of Suzanne, and then it opened up the middle for Martina to get involved. Oh.
Point.
That's the second overhead that she missed.
No, I think that popped off her shoulder, and they got a point, right?
I thought it.
3-2-1.
Oh, no.
Second server.
She Martina just kind of reached for that. She needed to move her feet a couple more steps in order to really get a piece of that ball. Yep.
Point.
So that was a good spot. It was middle, so a little bit indecision who's going to have it. Need to just communicate a little bit more.
4-2-2.
Going middle again. Oh. Just
There's the overhead that works.
Yeah, that I think Chris meant to have a little bit higher lob, though.
There's a look.
Yeah.
Frankly,
I mean,
X40 replay.
didn't quite go anywhere.
Yeah, no.
Good idea, but bad execution.
2-4-1.
Chris actually has great lobs. Good job, Martina, getting that middle one. Oh, I mean, she is locked and loaded, Martina, on that forehand. There is no backswing whatsoever. I mean, she's not even looking for a backhand.
2-4-2.
Nice. Really low.
Slide out.
There's no substitute for hitting low shots to the feet and hitting backhands.
4-2-1.
Good things happen. Oopsie.
Point.
Oopsie. Martina's everywhere.
So we've had a number of back and forth here. Rain and LeBlanc struggling to get any more points on the board.
Second server.
Good return to the middle, backhand.
5-2-2. Side out.
I'd like to see Millie just get a little bit more active. Kind of match Martina's energy level. They are doing a good job, though, staying away from Millie.
It was out. Thank you. Point.
There's a look there. The replay.
Yeah.
Goes a little wide.
3-5-1.
Good eye. Good eye.
So 3-5.
Oh.
Second server.
Okay, what I liked about that is that Chris went to the right hip of Millie and then went to the left hip.
Yep.
And that is really good strategy of making people turn like that.
Slide out.
Yeah.
Timeout, receivers.
The ball goes
5,
long. The receivers,
3,
Will
1.
and Rain
1
calls
minute.
a timeout, which will give us an opportunity to take a Takea hydration break. Hear from some amazing sponsors making this possible and bringing you back more action in a moment.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Gamma Pickleball, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Yola, for the champion in you. By Southern Tide, the premium coastal lifestyle brand. And by PaddleTech, the paddle of champions. Let's go again.
More strategic. What do you think's going on right now, Eva?
Well, you know, pickleball is a very much a momentum game. So when, you know, a lot of people don't use their timeouts, and you really should, because when your opponent, you know, gets 2, 3 points in a row, you need to like just reset the rhythm and sit down and just take a moment.
So you saw some advice happening there. We come back. They were really pushing Chris Kargas off the court there.
Yep, and then they went to the middle. Martina had to cover the middle, which opened up her backside, and then they went behind her on the backhand, which was really good. Just really trying to spread the court. Yeah. I mean, that ball just has to bounce, otherwise Martina's all over it.
Six, 3, 2.
Kargas serves to Rain.
Incorrect server.
So one of the new rules is that
they don't lose the point. Back in the day, they would have lost the serve.
Which was so, I mean, to lose a point because you're in the wrong position or the wrong server is so tough. So the new rule is that the referee can just correct you and you don't lose a point, which I think is very fair. Chris is ready for that. Millie moving the ball around. Oh, good job,
good
Mill.
catch.
Opening that middle.
There you go.
Yeah, going after the right shoulder of Chris Kargas. That was excellent. That was excellent. Yeah, when in doubt, you guys, as viewers, you need to cover the middle. If somebody is going hard.
Going and looking for the ball off the court. Go ahead.
If somebody's going hard, they really can't go hard on angles because they lose property and it will go out. So definitely cover the middle first. Okay, here goes Jack calling the score again.
Oh, real quick, Frontova comes in, shuts that down right away.
Yep, going at the person closest to her at her feet. So that's interesting. They decided to drop to, Millie decided to drop to Martina instead of Chris Kargas.
Interchange resulting in point to make it a 2-point game right now.
So maybe they changed their strategy that as soon as Suzanne gets in, that she is going to go hard.
6, 4, 1. Point.
Very good.
Seven, 4, 1.
Good reach. Good reach.
Yeah. Overhead, Frontova able to dig it out, but ultimately, take a look here at that Franklin X40 instant replay.
7, 4,
But they're,
2.
do you see now they're starting to go at Martina and trying to keep her in her spot instead of going at Chris and then having Martina move over to insert herself and then hit the winner.
Smile on LeBlanc's face there as that ball was rolling along the net cord, but didn't quite go in their favor.
Nice job. But Suzanne, again, was going behind Martina, like looking to go behind her instead of going towards Chris where Martina can cover that and poach.
So 2 points away from game number 1 and being in the books. Frontova serves.
Point.
Little high, and here we are at 10-4.
Game point.
Take a look at that Franklin X40 instant replay.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, go ahead.
Suzanne tried, but she just kind of like volleyed, you know, just a really soft ball up, which, you know, at this level, Martina's going to eat that thing up. Bad luck.
Thankfully, those are the moments, right, when you get that side out, when your opponents have 10, you're just like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. Always believe. You always have to believe.
Ooh, soft serve that actually goes long.
That's one of my shots.
4-10-2.
Lobbing the serve, changing the rhythm, not allowing them to get in right away.
Point.
Yeah, probably. Remember, the net is your first opponent, folks. So you got to get it up over it. Otherwise,
5-10-2.
There's no point to be played.
Rain drives it. Ooh.
I'm surprised she went to her forehand.
Slide out.
I mean, Martina's just doing such a great job at keeping pressure on Millie and Suzanne. I mean,
and here we are with another game
10,
point.
5-1.
Yeah, both paddles there connected in the middle a little bit.
But Martina and Chris did not get up to the kitchen, so their feet were exposed, and then Suzanne and Millie were able to hit down on the ball and ultimately get the air.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And there you go. Number one goes to Frantova and Kargas. But we are going to have a game number 2 of this unique women's pro split age bracket after a moment from our amazing sponsors. Let's take a look at that last point.
Yeah. I mean, Martina's just using all of her length. I mean, she's reaching in, trying to be aggressive, trying to make something happen. She's not sitting back and letting anybody else control the point. Excellent job.
So don't go anywhere because there's more action from Zing Zang Championship Court to come.
You know that I feel good. Doing things I never thought I could. Smiling in the mirror, I look good. Like I should. I feel brand spanking new. I don't know about you, I feel good. Doing things I never thought I would. Smiling in the mirror, I look good. Like I should. I feel brand spanking new. I don't know about you, I feel good.
Ready for a real cocktail? Grab a Zing Zang ready-to-enjoy cocktail in a can. America's #1 Bloody Mary mix with vodka. Zing Zang Classic Margarita, tequila included. Mango margaritas made with tequila and real mango puree. And whiskey sours with real Kentucky bourbon. Real cocktails, real ingredients, really good. Zing Zang full-strength canned cocktails. Legendary taste, legendary day. Always ready.
Once again, we are in southern Florida's beautiful view of the beaches and the coastline of Naples, Florida. Florida's Paradise Coast here at Naples, Marco Island in the Everglades. And now we are at Zing Zang Championship Court, a world-famous arena at an amazing venue. We're about to begin game number 2 of the women's pro split age quarterfinal.
So Chris went hard initially. I don't know if that was the right ball to actually attack, but Suzanne and Millie were ready for the counter. All right, so that was interesting. Right now, a strategy change.
Yeah.
Suzanne is not dropping her third. She actually drove it for Millie to come in and kind of do a shake and bake. So we'll see how that plays out. Ooh.
Sails long.
Suzanne really needed to. She needs if you're going to go hard, you got to go hard, folks. Like
Right.
you got to give it everything because that ball will come back. I mean, you've got some of the best senior players out here as well as young pros. They're expecting to be attacked.
Frantova goes to drive that third a bit into the net. Pushing second serve, drives again. Can't quite get the drop.
So that's a normal 1-2 where you drive the third, but then the fifth you reset. She just missed it a little low.
Second server.
A little wide on the side.
0-0-2.
Okay, that's all right. We're
Overhead.
starting to lob, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you can start seeing everybody's thinking, how can I change things? How can I change the momentum? This is good, right? You can't always have the same game plan if you're losing. You gotta implement new game strategies. Okay. So I think what I'm seeing is Suzanne's going to go hard on anything,
right
at Chris Kargas.
0-0-2.
I think they're going to play a more aggressive game, Millie and Suzanne.
Oh, popped off the net. I couldn't see from my angle.
No, it was in. It was
Yeah.
in. It was in.
You always appreciate the obligatory apology that you're personally thankful for.
I honestly think that these two, especially, I know Chris and Suzanne, they actually are sorry. They're just such nice people. Yeah, just too high. Too high. You got to get that up and over and down. Everything needs to bounce. Everything needs to bounce.
2-0-2.
It goes just a bit long. Frantova goes to get involved.
So Millie really kept Chris from getting to that catcher line. She was probably back in the transition zone a little too long. So they really need to get up there.
Oop, a little bobble on the net again.
Yep.
Oh, she tries to go outside,
Yeah.
just a little wide, huh?
Yeah, too severe.
0-2-2.
Look at her reach in. I mean, she's got the wide stance. She's ready to just take anything and everything. She's putting a lot, I mean, Martina's putting a lot of pressure on Millie and Suzanne, knowing that she's reaching in.
2-0-1. Second server.
So as you're touching base with all the players there, they're sharing a little bit about what's important to them and what they want to share, which we'll talk about in just a second.
Yep. Okay, Chris is getting in, keeping Martina honest. Okay,
Ooh,
there we go.
I think that goes long.
Oh, bummer. So I do think the wind might be going
The
a
flag's
little
looking
bit
a little neutral.
with Chris and Martina, because usually Chris's lobs are right on. Very nice, very nice. So Suzanne started that, was ready for the counter.
1, 2,
and then Chris couldn't get enough on it, and Suzanne was able to put it away. I'd like to see Chris. Oh, very good. I'd like to see Chris go behind Millie just a little bit more. She's starting to move. You need to notice that.
1, 2, 2.
Oh.
Right, so that was a short return though. So one thing that I teach my students is, you know, the serve and return are probably the most important shots because it sets up how you control the point. So you really need to work hard on your serve and your returns. Make sure you get a lot of depth. Keep everybody from getting to the kitchen line. Oh, that was a good opportunity to lob right there. Nice. Oh, that's it. What happened?
I'm not quite sure. Here we see a Franklin X40 replay.
I think maybe Suzanne and Millie had different views of that ball, calling it in or out. And then Martina just stopped. I think she thought maybe it was out.
Three, 2, 2.
Okay, so yeah, point there, 3.
Yep. So I guess it was out.
Side out.
That was a little premature, I think.
The heat up?
Yeah, I just think that Millie needed to like dink one more time to set it up because Martina was just waiting.
So as Chris Kargas serves, Rain returns.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. So,
Yeah, I mean, she's
Martina,
consistently, if it gets a little too high, she's just into the power and she's putting those away.
yeah, Martina Frantova did a crossbody attack on Suzanne LeBlanc, and
3, 1.
then she got a sitter to put away. Okay, I don't know if the viewers noticed, but Suzanne LeBlanc and Millie Rain switch spots, try to give a different view to their opponents, try to shake something up, change the momentum.
3, 2.
Oh, they switched back again.
Oh.
Nice, nice.
Kargas reaches there a little bit. Ball taps into the net.
I like that Suzanne LeBlanc reached in and tried to take that dink out of the air, taking time away from her opponent and then pushing her wide.
3, 2.
Oh, I think that was going out, but you're not sure. Shoot. Here we go. See that would have that would have been a couple feet out.
4, 3, 2.
I think I would have gone down the line with that overhead.
Right.
So that Martina Frantova didn't have to cover so much. Excellent. What
Over
a
the
strong
shoulder backhand,
wrist.
yeah.
Wow. That strength. That is a lot of strength. And then she went for an angle, which I do love angles myself. Love my angles. Opening up the court.
Second serve.
Yeah, she tried to hop skip that. I think I would have pivoted back and tried
3,
to
4, 2.
buy a little bit of time on that third. Nice reset, Chris. Always. Oh.
No, Rain puts it away there, gets behind her a little bit.
Yeah, I think Chris should have probably reset one more time. She didn't.
Here's
she
a look
wasn't
at
able
the-
to turn on it. Yeah, so that's 1, that's 2. She probably should have reset here. She tried to go hard. Against the young pros, that's just not hard enough.
Nice deep.
Playing Millie. Oh.
So
I think
go ahead.
I think I would have gone 1 to Millie and then gone back to Suzanne LeBlanc.
Okay, there's LeBlanc serving.
Okay, so we have a switch of control here. Millie Rain and Suzanne LeBlanc are up 5-3.
Yeah, and game number 1 was much more lopsided. We have a lot more back and forth here going, and we will see how this turns out. As you've seen many, many matches that go to, we haven't had any 3-game matches so far, so we'll see if maybe today is one of them.
Nice shot. Yeah, I mean, just because you win a game, you never say die. I mean, you always have to fight. Just a little change in strategy. Maybe a team can lose focus. You always fight another day and assume that you are going to win that second game and take it to a third.
So with 6-3.
So Chris Kargas is starting to target Suzanne Blanc a little bit more. That was a good lob.
Oh.
Excellent. Too high, right? I almost rather you drive that shot than reset too high if you don't feel confident, or even like a soft roll. Something that's going to go down instead of go that high and then they get the angle.
So with that, a significant difference in game 1 at 7-3. A timeout has been called. We will take a Takea hydration break and see who comes out on top for game number 2.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Total Pickleball, your one-stop pickleball shop. Free 2-day shipping on the widest selection of products. By Franklin X40, the official ball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Takea, hydration is an all-day game. And by the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, save the date, April 26th to May 3rd, 2025.
So as we come back at Zing Zang Championship Court, we are in the middle, I guess, of game number 2 in this pro split age bracket, as we have the women's team there in black of Suzanne LeBlanc and Millie Rain, who lost game number 1 pretty significantly, 11-5. I mean, it was some great play, but ultimately they couldn't quite turn it around. Game number 2, they have been actually dominating a little bit more, went back and forth, and now we find ourselves at 7-3. So what do you think Frantova Kargas is thinking right now?
You know, they started, actually, Chris Kargas and Martina Frantova started playing Millie a little bit more. I think they should probably go back to Suzanne LeBlanc. I'm not sure if the wind is a factor, because the side that is winning is actually going against the wind, which is interesting.
I think it's server 1.
I know Suzanne LeBlanc and Millie Rain started being a little bit more aggressive, so that was a good change, adding in some lobs. So you're starting to see a little bit more creativity, which I highly recommend instead of just banging. So we'll see what happens. I know that Martina isn't as involved as she was in the first game, which is credit to Suzanne LeBlanc and Millie Rain.
I think there was a dialogue back and forth between the ref and the player, kind of establishing first server and the position and making sure everything's all set as we come back from the time. And it is kind of challenging. Back in the day, you talked about there's switching of sides and stacking and all these things. And once upon a time, the rule was you got to keep track yourself or you're going to lose the point. Now they can consult with the ref to make sure they're in the right position and start it off. So after the timeout, switching sides, leaving the court, want to make sure they're in the right position. And so here we have Millie Rain serving to Frantova. She gets that.
Nice coverage by, nice coverage. And then Chris
able to take pace off of that and just drop it. It just kind of stops. Not much you could do about that.
I have to say, though, I mean, I think that Chris Kargas and Martina Frantova are trying to keep each other pumped up, positive, even though they're down. I know they probably talked about that at the break, maybe change of strategy.
Point.
Yeah. Those shots, I mean, you just have to make them. At this level, you really have to really work on just getting down and lifting that ball over. Yeah, again. But you know, Suzanne LeBlanc, she's just reaching on that. I mean, if you took just one more step and really loaded that left leg, that backhand dink may have gone over.
Ooh. Close, but just goes long.
I know.
Get
I
that
know.
other.
That's when you hold your breath and just like, oh, please
Yes,
go
exactly.
out. Oh, please go out.
So Chris Kargas there. We'll take a look at that Franklin X40 instant replay.
Okay, so since the break,
6, 7, 1.
They've
Now-
won 3 straight points.
Yep, and we're
Closing in. Oh.
Second serve.
Oh, ouchie.
talk about you
Ouchie.
talked about her wide stance before,
Oh my gosh,
but
that's a
drop it
little
into
too wide. Ouch. That hurts me
a
even looking
splat
at
in
it.
frustration.
Oh my goodness gracious. Ouchie.
So is everybody wondering how
7,
old we
2.
are in the booth based
Yeah,
on
you
our
can-
reaction?
yeah, exactly. God.
Millen Rain returns to Chris Kargas.
Okay, keeping Chris back. Interesting.
There you go now, all 4 up at the net.
Yeah. So I love that when Millie got wide, she didn't try to make some crazy cross court. She just reset it in front of her, gave her time to get back into the point.
7, 6, 1.
Nice shot.
She's able to get back. Big overhead.
Yeah. Very
Point.
good. You know, it was really well disguised by Millie Rain.
Here's a
really
look.
well. Yep. And then she went to the
8, 6,
backhand
1.
side of Chris, where you should go. Don't try to hit it to a forehand.
So after the serve, we come
Ooh.
back.
Point.
Frantova tries to do her put away, goes a little long, and we are now 2 points away
At least
from.
she can smile about it, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, that was a little crazy out. But
9, 6, 1.
okay, so 3-point spread for Suzanne LeBlanc and Millie Rain. Oh.
Second server.
You know, it's tough when the left side player moves over and then they're pulling
9,
back
6,
to cover
2.
their territory, and sometimes you don't finish your shot. And I think that's what happened with Millie. Yep, right at the
Side
feet.
out.
Right at the feet.
Here's a look at the Franklin X40
Yeah.
instant replay.
Anything high is going to be
6,
attacked.
9, 1.
Bottom line.
6-9-1. Kargas serves to Rain.
Good backhand inside. Attack. Nice job by Chris.
Point.
So the difference there is that Millie's trying to go at her left hip. Millie Rain is trying to go to Chris Kargas's left hip.
Here's a look right here.
And this time before she tried to attack one of
7,
those,
9,
instead
1.
she just reset. So that was smart. Okay. So see how
Second
far
serve.
back they are?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, credit to Millie Rain and Suzanne LeBlanc, but
7,
Chris
9,
Kargas
2.
needs to keep moving in after every reset.
So again,
Nice
keeping it
behind.
back.
Yep. All right, get in. Right now, Millie and Suzanne are controlling everything. Good reset. Wow. Yep.
All right.
Side out.
So every time somebody resets and it bounces, there's an opportunity to take 1 or 2 steps forward. You can't just stay in your same spot because they have your feet. So
9,
try to
7,
move forward
1.
to take those angles away.
So after all that, they find themselves 2 points away from sending this to 3 games.
Second server.
Ooh, unfortunately, we're now at second server, but significantly different than game number 1. We're seeing some different
9,
interactions here.
7, 2.
Well, they're really able to kind of neutralize Martina Frantova. They're keeping them from getting to the kitchen.
Side out.
Well, that wasn't neutralized there, was
Well,
it?
No. You know, those oopsie lobs that seem to not go very high.
that look.
There we go, see, watch. Now she's trying.
7, 9, 1.
She's trying to lob, but it's just, yeah. they're going against the wind. They got to give it a little bit more.
So we're in the middle of the point. The serve was 7-9-1,
nice.
and so now we got a point on the board. And
yeah. Millie Rain watched her shot just a little too long. Martina was quick on the hands, and then she popped it up. Okay, 1 point. 1 point between these two teams. Okay, Suzanne LeBlanc now is on the other side. These two probably will play against each other.
We're tied up, 9-9.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really smart timeout.
Exactly. So after that 3-point lead, 2 points away from closing it out, they quickly find themselves at 9-9. They call a timeout for a Takea hydration break. And some word from our sponsors.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Nature Made, the official vitamin of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Arnicare, fragrance-free pain and bruise relief. Up your game without the pain. Available where you shop. And by Franklin, the official bag of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And remember, you can purchase the official U.S. Open Pickleball Championships apparel at kitschpickleball.com.
So as we come back, to look at this famous shade structure in this open air arena, Zing Zang Championship Court here in Naples, Florida. Amazing East Naples Community Park. Normally all these bleachers actually puts 4 more courts, bringing the total of courts at this venue up to 64. We have a look there at Millen Rain, and her partner a second ago, Suzanne LeBlanc, who lost game number 1, had a 3-point lead if you're just joining us, but now we are tied back up with the serve in the hands of Frantova, who's going to be seeing if they can close out number 2. We haven't had a 3-game match so far in the tournament, but it's not over yet.
This is where you really just have to breathe, focus on the ball, make sure you know your game plan. Just really focus.
15 seconds. Both teams have one.
And it is our first serve as well. So coming back, so they're at 9-9 with 2 serves.
Wow, 2
ready.
serves, huh? Ooh, that's high. Good job, Chris.
Good reset.
They're staying on Millie. Interesting.
Oh, she's able to get that lob.
Good job, Chris.
Another lob, another backwards defense.
Who said seniors can't jump? Come on. Okay, now they're targeting Suzanne a little bit more. Oh.
Oh, and finally.
Open. That was really good. That was really good.
Millie Rain puts it away. You hear the audience clapping with appreciation. It's some great interchange. Nice rally. Forcing. Here's a quick look at the Franklin X40 instant replay.
I mean, they fended off a lot.
Put away
Good
actually
shots.
right down. Hit her on
Yeah.
the foot. The serve just took place. Our second serve.
Oh.
Coming back to
She
the
didn't
point.
lift that
Forces
one
a
enough.
side out. Another chance for LeBlanc and Rain.
Again, this is where you got to get focused, got to keep your feet moving. Really good return, very aggressive. Oh, almost. 3 out of 4. Oh, what great sportsmanship.
Yeah, fantastic, right. 1, 2, 3, and ultimately it went away. And so here we are. A quick look at the Franklin X40 instant replay.
Yeah.
But
oh,
game point 10 was just served. Coming back.
Nice job.
And there you
by
go.
Millie. There
Rain
you go.
puts it away.
Yep.
And we are going to go to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you are ready for some more action here at Zing Zang Championship Court in wonderful Naples, Florida.
Millie Rain really got aggressive there at the end. I think that's what she needs to do. And I think that Chris Kargas and Martina kind of have to stay away from her.
Quick look at the Franklin X40 instant replay.
Yep.
See there, a couple points. Rain puts it away. They come up, and again, as we were talking about, best 2 out of 3. So we'll hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back for game number 3 in a moment.
Another game? I'm done for the day, and so is my shoulder.
Reach for Arnicare when sore muscles take you out of the game. This scientifically formulated pain reliever has no strong medicine smell, no greasy residue, and can be applied directly to where it hurts. Arnicare is powered by Arnica, an ingredient that has been trusted for centuries to provide relief for muscle pain, stiffness, and bruising. Don't let pain stop you from doing what you love. Reach for Arnicare and get back into the game. Available where you shop.
Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son, on the field and off.
Welcome to Zing Zang Championship Court here at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. As you can see, the stands there stretching their legs a little bit. It's sort of like the 9th inning stretch, perhaps. We've gone to a game number 3 in the women's senior pro split age. Actually, not senior pro, and the women's split age, which has a senior pro and an under 50 pro who are competing. You got the smiles there and the special seats and a quick tour as well. Thanks to Hugo on the camera there, we're looking at the Margaritaville License to Chill Lounge with a few extra amenities there and some good views and some tents and some beverages, of course. License to Chill. Thank you, Margaritaville, for several years of sponsorship of this tournament. And one last look as you come across in the foreground, some of those gold boxes with some of the owners of those boxes able to stretch their legs as well and come back. And finally, there's us waving in the corner, but we're getting ready to start the match. And the first serve just went underway. And the first point goes to LeBlanc and Rain.
Yeah, I don't think Martina can get that angle with that type of speed on the ball. Okay, so let's see what type of strategy Chris Kargas and Martina Frantova are going to use. How are they going to change this momentum? Wow, they're going to attack Chris Kargas. That is their strategy. Good job, Chris Kargas.
Yeah, she held him off. Yeah. You didn't see that quite there. Frantova gave a little bow of appreciation to Chris.
Yeah, I think she was telling him, hey, don't go after her. Go after me. What are you doing? Good job, Chris Kargas.
So forces that side out.
Again, keeping Chris back, going hard at her.
Ooh. A little too high.
Oh, so Chris gives a little bit of heat back, and then Martina can come in and clean it up.
Here's a quick look at that replay. Thank you,
Excellent,
Franklin,
yeah.
X40.
As soon as Chris got that forehand, she went to town. Okay. You trying to go middle, Suzanne LeBlanc. Oh, that's below the net. You gotta realize, folks, that the net is in your way for a waist-high shot. You have to still lift that ball up. I see that at a lot of the lower levels. They tend to go hard when it gets to their waist, and they forget to lift.
Second server.
Millie Rain and Suzanne LeBlanc doing a good job at keeping Martina in that transition zone, not allowing her to get to the kitchen. I think Chris is going to see a lot of balls.
Yeah.
Smart.
That lob again.
Yeah.
Rain goes both ways. First to Frantova and then back at Kargas, goes in her favor. And a quick look at the Franklin X40. Whoops. And so we come back. We're about to have Millen Rain serve.
Yeah. So again, Suzanne LeBlanc and Millie Rain are going harder now. They're trying to instigate pop-ups, which they did there.
2, 1.
I don't think they're going to dink very much. That was a good deep return by Martina Frantova.
Second serve.
Chris Kargas just hit a great dink to the left inside foot of Suzanne LeBlanc, which is a very good spot to hit to. It allows you to redirect it to yourself as well as the middle for your partner.
Big overhead. LeBlanc defends it.
Oh, all those resets.
Yeah.
And then she misses that one. Oh, Millie.
That's so frustrating.
But Millie Rain and Suzanne LeBlanc did a good job of, even though they looked high, they were still, those resets were still falling into the kitchen, making the other team lift it up. Ooh, that was a good reach in by Suzanne LeBlanc at the left hip of Martina Frantova.
He's not able to defend it. Goes to a second serve.
No communication.
Yeah, they have a little gap there.
Yep. I think that was Martina's, though. She needed to move in after that drop, which was really, really good, and then she stayed back.
2, 2, 1.
LeBlanc serves to Kargas.
Second serve.
Supposed to come in and take that, but it goes long.
Yeah. I mean, Millie did a great 1-2, but she just was had a little bit too much on that second one. You really need to, when you guys at home are going for that put away, you can't think of the baseline as the baseline. You've got to kind of hit it to the transition zone. So if they do get it, it's still falling. And then you have some leeway should you overhit it to make sure that it doesn't go out.
So Kargas serves. LeBlanc returns.
Good job, Chris. Oh, that was good. You got to move it around.
Question, actually, both Frantova and Kargas were so into the point, neither of them saw it. Referee said yes, it was in.
But Chris went to the same spot like 3-4 times. I mean, she should have moved it to Suzanne LeBlanc. Oh, too bad.
Little dribble over the net.
Oh, is she really sorry? I don't think so.
Again, everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll take a look at that Franklin X40 replay, see if we can pop. Just can't get up there.
Oh, and she's fast. She does a good job.
And the dribble over the net there.
Yeah, she was just, it was too far behind her to get it down. So Martina Frantova and Chris Kargas, I think, should take a timeout and kind of evaluate what's going on here. I mean, they're targeting another miscommunication in the middle. You know, that's tough when you're playing and obviously Martina Frantova and Millie Rain are the dominant players on the court, and it's tough when they take so much and then, you know, as a partner, you don't know, gosh, is that mine or not? Same thing.
So able to pop that into the back of the court.
So if I were Chris Kargas,
4-2.
If I was Chris Kargas, I would be moving that dink around every single time, never hitting it into the same place, because these guys are ready to attack.
Frontova's ready to receive. Rain serves.
Yeah, good shot.
Go for that lob.
That was in.
A big angle overhead. Oh,
she just needed to drop shot it.
Got her hand on her head there.
Yeah.
Just a little too much. Franklin X40 replay.
I think Suzanne LeBlanc just looked up too early, and it changed the contact point so that it was a stronger angle than she wanted.
Yeah. So we come back to the point already underway.
Oh, they are
Another
just
lob.
lobbing galore.
Almost exactly the same.
Yeah, good. Oh, that was so good. So
Kargas there.
Chris Kargas surprised Suzanne LeBlanc. Right here, great drop. Chris surprised Suzanne LeBlanc. Chris was ready, and then she got it to the feet of Millie Rain. Such a good structured point. Nice stinking. Really low, everything's bouncing.
Yep,
Again, there we go. A little miscommunication. Oh, good job, Martina Frantova.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Martina Frantova needs to cover that middle. I just think that Chris is moving over to just take a forehand, so she's going to have to fill that gap.
Right,
Good job
right.
up by Suzanne LeBlanc, though, to reach in and hit that. Okay, so one team got it, now the other team got it. Are we even?
Right.
I mean, I think Millie Rain had one before, so
Right.
all's fair.
So we're tied up at 4-4.
Oh,
Nice interchange.
yeah. I think Suzanne had a great
See it there?
idea to keep going, but Martina's hands are too good, and then it just went high, and then Chris, being the smart player that she is, went to the feet of Millie Rain.
Okay, I'll recall the score. 5-4-2.
Frantova asked for the score to be recalled. Serves.
Nice redirection. Another lob.
Not quite high enough. Kargas gets it. Now they're on the defensive.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but Chris Kargas now is anticipating the lob. She's standing a little bit off the line so that she can get it, which put them in a more offensive position.
And we now have time for a Takea hydration break as the players resituate, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. By Fat Tire, crisp, clean, and refreshing. The perfect post-play beer. By Zing Zang, the #1 Bloody Mary brand is on fire with Zing Zang Blazing Bloody Mary. And by Deco Turf, the official pickleball court surface of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
I just saw Julie Johnson coaching. We might want to say something like,
So as you see, during these moments, people talked about the other day, someone, got called for coaching during a point, but during timeouts, during breaks and stuff like that, they can get coaching. And by Julie Johnson was giving some advice there. And as we come back, you see there in the green, Martina Frantova and Chris Kargas. Yes, yesterday in a match, Jack Foster got a warning, didn't quite get a penalty. And again, it's as more and more competition happens, and then as the prize money happens more and more, they have to have kind of balance and rules that we got to be following. So, with again, a nice view. Chris in the pink there is actually the veteran player, has been playing since 2019, it's exciting to see, as we think back, once upon a time, the people who played pickleball are the long-time folks. But even 2019 seems young nowadays, but more and more people, especially during COVID, have been coming to play pickleball. And here we have all 4 of these players fighting through the bracket in the unique women's pro split age to make their way to the semi after this. Martina comes all the way across to get it, but goes long.
I like the idea of the lob on that.
4-6-1.
You talked about the left hip earlier. That was almost in her pocket.
There you go.
She caught that ball. Here's a quick look.
5-6-1.
Well, she lost the point.
Yeah.
That was good, though. That was a good spot. Again. Wow.
Point.
So that's called intentional
6-6-1.
targeting.
So after being down 2, we're now tied up again.
Second server.
Couple big overheads. Millie Rain there, frustrated, I think, a little bit.
Trying to just go.
Franklin X40.
Yeah, just trying to go too much. There we go. Good retrievals by Suzanne LeBlanc. Trying to get that line where Kirst wasn't.
6-6-2.
So tied up 6-6-2.
Slide out.
That's unfortunate.
Just a bit long.
You have control over the serve. Really can't miss that.
6-6-1. Point.
That was an amazing reset. You know, it just tells you one more shot. Make them hit one more shot.
Right, right.
You never know what's going to happen.
7-6-1. Point.
Whoa, Chris Kargas coming out. I love the fact that she reset, and then kept moving up to the kitchen line and then put it away.
8-6-1. Second server.
Way to be ready, Suzanne LeBlanc.
8-6-2.
There we are, climbing. She comes across, defended. That was a nice interchange.
That was. It just didn't, I mean, Chris Kargas and Martina Frantova just didn't have enough on it to really penetrate and get an easy shot back.
6-8-1.
Oh, my God. Oh, Chris Kargas again. One more.
Keep it in the point. Progression, and ultimately Millie Rain goes to put it away, but unfortunately into the net.
6-8-2.
Such a smart short choice. Instead of going hard, she chose to take speed off and get the angle. Such a smart move.
Eight, 6-1. Second server.
LeBlanc's able to.
Oh, she was ready.
It. Yeah.
She was ready.
8-6-2.
Oh.
Frantova all the way up. All 4 players up at the net now.
Who's going to attack first? Yep.
Slide out.
The thing is that Suzanne LeBlanc has already set the message to Martina Frantova that she's watching her behind her. So she's kind of got her split between the middle and
6-8-1.
defending her line.
So another chance for them to get off of 6.
Yeah, it's not
Point.
there. She was so stretched out. It's not a time when you're that defensive. Look how stretched out she is.
7-8-1.
You can't go hard when it's that low below the net. Ooh.
Oh.
Second server.
Just another inch. Trying to do that around the post and literally hits it.
Yeah, there was no room. There was no room to lift it. You were just too close. I think I would have just drop shotted that back
7,
over.
8,
Yeah,
2.
cross court.
Point.
Blank steps out of the way. Ball goes just long. And we're now tied up once again.
Yeah.
8-8-2.
This is coming down to the wire.
Side out.
It just tells you good returns produce errors. So definitely work on your returns.
8-8-1.
Carter serve.
Ah, there we go.
A hug and a fist pump. So they now find themselves 2 point away.
9,
Closing
8,
this
1.
out and going to the semi. Kargas serves.
Oh, it went over.
Point.
And a quick look.
I have to say,
But we actually are able to come back and see our first match
Yep.
point here.
10-8-1.
Kargas serves. LeBlanc returns. Kargas tries to drop, but she's stuck in the back.
Smart move by Millie. Oh, she's got it.
She's got it.
Hey, get up.
She's got it again.
Oh, my God. Oh, nice job.
Second server.
It's so nice of Millie Rain to clap for, and Suzanne
Yeah.
LeBlanc clap for Martina's effort. That's so nice. I do have to, oh, they're going to take a timeout. I do have to say that I think Chris Kargas.
Here's a quick look. Yeah, Kargas goes down.
Timeout.
I mean, that's so smart because she's going all the way to the middle.
10-8-2.
So at 10:08:2, the servers call a timeout. We'll take a quick Takea hydration break and find out who is going to close out this match.
Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Latitude, Margaritaville, and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude, Margaritaville. By Skechers Pickleball. Experience comfort that performs with the Viper Court Pro. By Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. And by Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com.
So special thank you to many of our sponsors there. Minto and Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast, Collier County, the CVB. You have Margaritaville, and it's just, this is an amazing venue, and so many companies and people and volunteers have to be involved to make something like this happen. We are coming back at the end, game number 3. As you can see there on the scoreboard, Frantova and Kargas serving at 10-8. The last point, actually they're in the lead, but it was so intense. Chris went down on the court a little bit. They took a moment to stop and catch the breath potentially and try to close this out. And some great stuff happening here, and let's watch our second match point.
Out.
Point, game, match. 11-8.
I'm not sure she meant to.
I don't know if she fell down or she ducked, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
ultimately, ball went a little bit long. Smiles on the court. Some great sportsmanship here. But yes, with a hug with Kargas and Frantova, they will find themselves moving on to be able to play in the semis of the women's split pro age. We'll take a look here real quick.
I have to say, Chris Kargas, I think, was the star of this match. I mean, she really got aggressive. She changed her game plan.
So with that, we're going to take a moment and take another break, and we'll be back with more action from Zing Zang Championship Court in a moment.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Don't leave pickleball behind when you leave the court. Pickleball Channel gives you the world of pickleball in your hands, covering the entire sport. Dive deep into the world of pickleball and keep your game going with Pickleball Channel.
So welcome back to another view, our high-angle kitchen camera there of Zing Zang Championship Court. We are going to be playing through the Backdraw. Earlier, if you were with us, you saw Kyle Yates and Dane Gingrich battle it out. You're seeing Dane Gingrich there in the red, Dane Gingrich. And Dane has won more than one time here at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I mean, he has won the senior men's, and also he's won some mixed titles.
And you've played against him as well in the senior bracket, I'm imagining.
Oh my gosh, I've gone against Dane many a time. I actually was his partner when I first started senior pro.
And his partner, Kyle Yates, but there we're seeing on the other side, Marcelo Jardim. He took gold yesterday in the single senior pro. Coming up, though, Dane's partner is Kyle Yates, and Marcelo's partner is Ronan Cameron, who is younger. Again, this is the pro split age. Marcelo Jardim just found himself in the 50-plus bracket. So we have really kind of the two youngsters there on the left. Let's see. Again, they announced him earlier. Marcelo being from Spain. He's actually from Brazil originally. Plays paddle in Spain as well. So sort of back and forth more than one place. Dane hailing from California, giving a little hang loose there. And Kyle, originally the hometown boy from Fort Myers. And you've actually know Kyle well, been able to play with him in the area, both kind of recreationally and...
Well, I got to the finals last year.
That's right, yes. Wearing your pink hats.
Yeah, that's right.
So as we are seeing this again, the men's match, the veterans from both this court as well as veterans playing together are Dane and Kyle. And we'll see how they fare with the newcomers.
Point.
I don't know how long Marcelo is in the States, but he is killing it.
Side out.
Frustration already on Dane's face. Dane has great thirds.
Second server.
Marcelo almost runs into one of the spectators, apologizes.
0-1-2. Side out.
So last time, Kyle Yates and Dane.
1-0-1.
Nice. Last time they played, Dane started on the left side and Kyle played the deuce. So now I think they've settled in with Kyle on the ad side.
2-0-1.
Oh.
Gingrich goes to flick that a little bit, goes a little long, forcing that second serve.
Great idea, though, for a redirect.
Yeah. Coming back, Gingrich just served. Yates comes across quickly, attacks.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, no.
Marcelo. Oh, my gosh, he's so fast.
I think everybody here thought that that was done.
Oh, I think Kyle thought it was done.
Backing up, able to do it. And a drop at that. Ultimately, then Ronan heats it up.
Second server.
Oh, did you see Kyle? He waved his finger. He's like, no, no, don't go there. No, no. Here we go again. Watch Kyle here.
0-2-2.
Nice.
Both Dane and Kyle, when they're sort of heating up on fire, can get a bit animated.
Yep.
2-0-1. Point.
Good dinking. It looks like Marcelo is going to drive a lot of his thirds at Dane. Dane is resetting extremely well.
Kyle gets it, but goes wide.
That's such a smart shot. He faked it that he was going cross court and just kind of like held it a little longer and then went behind Kyle.
There it is, a little wide. Come back to the point, already underway. Nice defense by Kyle.
That ball was good. The ball was good. Side out. They challenged me, yes, I saw it good. Side out.
Called it out. They challenged. Ref said she called it good. From her angle, she could potentially see where there's any red there, separation from the line. So
0-3-1.
forces that side out the other side.
Nice shot.
Point.
Yeah.
So here is where Kyle just needs to let it go, kind of breathe and just, you know, it's 1 point.
Early in the game, still, I mean,
you can't
here's
let
a
it
quick look
infiltrate
here
the whole,
at a moment. Marcelo attacks Ginger's not able to close it out. But yeah, we're still very, very early on.
Yeah. Nice shot by
Nice
Marcelo.
little ATP
around.
there, yeah,
Yep.
nice and low. Gingrich does get his paddle on it, but
2-3-1.
Yates pulls it across.
Second server.
Yeah, you need a little bit more on that.
Okay, after that quick serve there, we saw that force a second server. Come back to Marcelo Jargin. Serve to Dane Gingrich.
A little confusion on the switch.
Position.
Okay.
I'm gonna call a distraction. You're talking to me when he's serving. He wasn't hitting the ball when I said that. No, he wasn't hitting it. It was over here. It's.
So Marcelo
I'm calling a distraction.
Jargin.
So the question.
Point.
There was some verbal exchange that I think they called as a hindrance, and the referee is agreeing. Now, Kyle just needs to take a timeout at this point.
Timeout receiver.
Yep,
There she
we
goes.
go.
3, 2, 1 minute.
Quick timeout. So with the quick timeout called, we are going to take a Takea hydration break and come back to see if, as you were saying, if first team can settle down. We're at a tie of 3-3, and we'll be back for a moment with some more action.
He needs to come down.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Gamma Pickleball, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Yola, for the champion in you. By Southern Tide, the premium coastal lifestyle brand. And by Paddle Tech, the paddle of champions. Let's go again.
With that last billboard there, you saw Paddle Tech. Special thing to them. They are the official paddle of the U.S. Open this year, but they've been the official paddle ever since 2016. A long-time paddle manufacturer. Their original polymer core honeycomb revolutionized the paddle. You come back and there was a timeout, but you can see Kyle Yates is still a little bit heated, talking with family there. And again, we're Eva, you have played with him a number of times before.
Yeah.
Well, he just had a little smile there, so maybe he's able to kind of calm down a little bit. Everybody's different, right? Some people that intensity enhances their game. Sometimes the intensity can take it off a little bit.
So Kyle's mom is one of the best referees around, and you know he did you know, talk to her about the rules. Now they've asked a head referee to come in.
I know that.
I just feel like at this point you're so riled up, it takes your focus off the job at hand. It could definitely, you know, lead into, you know, errors. So I think they just need to calm down and let it go.
Yeah, the approach potentially does calling the head ref give you more time to calm down. But I think the question is, and again, there is money on the line. There is, you know, the prestige of a very unique championship. And so if someone says, hey, look, this is the question here that we understand is being asked with a distraction is when someone talks whether the opponent is hitting the ball has an indication as to whether it is a distraction. So if the play or the gameplay isn't happening, and this is what they're kind of talking to clarify, is how exactly does the distraction rule play out? Myself, I am not a head ref, and so I'm not going to make that call, but there's been a call to have that head ref come out and
So
to potentially veto the call that, yes, there was a distraction.
Right. So if they were talking while Marcelo was hitting the ball, that would be an hindrance. What?
Yes. Interestingly, as you see, Kyle there, Dane Gingers did kind of pop over and say, I think this is chapter 5 in my new book. What exactly he means by that. But Dane's a coach, and Dane does a lot of teaching instruction. And we'll see if we can get some info. And we're doing a replay where I think we might have had some court audio.
I can't hear that. I couldn't hear anything.
I'm not going to call it a distraction.
He wasn't hitting the ball when I called it. Usually when you're
talking to me when he's serving.
He wasn't hitting the ball when I said that.
No, he wasn't hitting it. It's over here. It's
Read the rules.
If he's not hitting the ball, they have red. I'm going to get my message.
Head referee has been called to the championship court, so we're just going to wait on that.
Yes, I am.
So yes, we're going to look at that again, and I'm going to be super quiet this time.
I called a distraction on Kyle Yates because he was complaining about the guy's serve on the other side when they were playing. Okay.
I think it might have been well before at the very beginning. Well, either way, it wasn't super loud. So the question is people look at the history of pickleball, how much is pickleball like tennis? You know, we have other events like MLP or whatever. Pickleball is definitely more animated. You know, every sport's different. You go to basketball and hockey, people are off the charts trying to do it. You don't call distractions there. And interestingly, some of these rules have changed over the last few years since we've, like, stacking has changed. What is interference? Let's see if we can hear something again.
He was talking to the ref. Kyle was like talking to the ref.
Yeah, he was talking to the ref to say that serve was bogus or there's a problem with the serve. So then that's the other thing. If you're appealing to the referee, distraction typically is about, you know, razzing the other player or trying to distract the other player. But if you're asking the ref, hey, we got to make a call, you know, this is one of those things that potentially a rule like this can get refined in the rule book. I wouldn't be surprised as more and more competition heats up. Special shout out to Steve Garthwaite, longtime U.S. Open person who kind of just said hi to us. But yes, as more and more pro and more money gets involved, the stakes are higher. I could see this kind of sportsmanship, distraction type rules getting clarified more. So again, you can see people up in the booth there looking around a little bit.
I personally feel like So I think he thinks that Marcelo's serve is illegal, and he's telling the ref to look at it. But regardless, I feel like if Kyle is talking during the point, it's a distraction of some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he needs to say that after the point, not during a point.
Yeah, and some of the fans are taking this moment to do a little bit of dancing, and more people are coming and going, actually filling up the seats. So again, everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm Rusty Howes, and I'm joined in the booth with Eva Welsher, who's, you know, Eva, you've been so amazing, a pro outright player yourself, providing your commentary to help kind of guide people through some of the points. You can see the fans there enjoying themselves, smiling. It is a gorgeous day here in Naples, Florida. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to play pickleball and you want to be in an area with beautiful beaches and other recreation, you come to this area to Collier County. I mean, what are some of your favorite things when you think about that?
I mean, first of all, I live next door, and I'm obviously I take full advantage of Naples, the beaches, but this particular tournament is the biggest party in the
pickleball world.
In the pickleball world, and we absolutely love it. Okay, Dane Gindrich is coming up. Chapter 2 of his book, Pre-Accept What You Can't Control.
So anyway, lots of opinions here, and you know, hopefully, ultimately, at the end of the day, hopefully some good sportsmanship. But yes, as you kind of take a look along there, you see many of the billboards, Paddle Tech and Minto Communities, Takea, who's actually, I think right now, if you're in the area and you're hearing this and you make a purchase, you get a free water bottle from them. Ultimately, Dane's smiling, I think, kind of working with Kyle again.
Yeah.
You know, we are in the Backdraw. Both of you guys have won a lot, and you know, you're like, hey, you want to do what you can to win.
So Dane is a mental coach, so hopefully he is just calming down. Who are they singing happy birthday?
I don't know, it's your birthday.
It is my
happy birthday,
Thank
Eva
you.
Well. Sure, somebody out there's birthday as well, but they're singing to you, you didn't even know it.
I didn't even know it. But I'm going to tell you what you don't see here, folks, is that there is just so many booths behind me in a tent of amazing apparel and accessories that people can buy, and clothing. That in itself is amazing to walk through. There's food trucks. I mean, there's just a party going on outside.
And with that, with some of those amazing sponsors in the tent, we're going to take a moment to have another Takea hydration break and hear from some of those sponsors.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Total Pickleball, your one-stop pickleball shop. Free 2-day shipping on the widest selection of products. By Franklin X40, the official ball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Takea, hydration is an all-day game. And by the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Save the date, April 26th to May 3rd, 2025.
So we are getting a little bit closer, but the ultimate decision has not been made yet. There you have Kyle Yates still sort of wondering about what the resolution would be to this question. Out on the court, we have Ronan Cameron, Marcelo Dragin kind of hitting the ball back and forth to stay warm. And yeah, it's you know, I guess you call for the ref, you have the opportunity to call for the ref, and as you said, I mean, they're tied up 3-3. You said, do you lose your momentum or do you use a gameplay? And
I just feel like, you know, will it be changed? You know, it's kind of like in other sports like hockey. You know, everybody wants to dispute calls, but like, does it change anything? I'm not sure. I mean, they'd have to look at the replay. The head, you know, ref has to look at the replay. He has to talk to everybody. But again, the delay doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help Marcelo and his partner, and it doesn't help Kyle Yates and Dane. And it's 3-3, and obviously this is going to be a very close match, so every point counts. But it looks like Dane is having a riot with the crowd, and Marcelo and his partner are very focused, and Kyle, I think, is still arguing the point. So, and everybody seems to still be having a riot. So this is the biggest party in pickleball. So we're having fun.
actually in the distance there, I see some people trying to get the wave started. So we'll see if that.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
The
Back
wave.
Over Ronan Cameron's shoulder. A couple people. Oh, there we go. Starting to get it going.
No, nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. There we go. Come on, folks.
We did actually get the, a couple of times over the years, you've had a couple round-the-round wave moments here in Zing Zang Championship Court. But again, yeah, Gingrich and them are chatting, and
if I were,
well, I'm gonna give a shout out to the orange shirts. Right, you see a volunteer on their back there.
Yeah.
Again, this is a huge event. A lot of people say, "Oh, that was a big tournament. They had more than 1,000 players. Oh, they had more than 2,000 players." I mean, we have over 4,000 players registered here. 64 permanent courts. A huge facility, at least in my experience. You know, I'm in Glendale, California. Shout out to all the players there. We have over 300,000 people in that city, and no permanent courts.
Wow.
So you're here in Naples, Florida, and one facility, a public facility, has got 64 permanent courts on a regular basis, the Naples Pickleball Center. So thank you, Collier County, at least for me, Pickleball Channel, to know what this county has done to grow the sport of pickleball has been fantastic. And people like you get to enjoy it every day.
I'll tell you, I mean, I know the people at Collier County who run this, and they are just so excited about pickleball and their involvement, their funding. Obviously, none of this could have been possible, but yeah, we just appreciate them and their vision and their support of this silly little game that we absolutely adore called pickleball.
And to that end, you have the facility in the county, but the orange shirts, the volunteers, you know, it's not a bunch of 20-something college students who are getting paid minimum wage to cover this thing. It's a bunch of volunteers. These people who are year after year after year spending hours and hours helping make this event possible, both for the fans and the players. So thank you, volunteers everywhere. If anybody ever sees this or they're watching it now or sees it later, thank you, volunteers. You guys are indispensable.
So there's tons of matches going on outside the Zing Zang court that also you don't see. A lot of different brackets and ages, and everybody is just really, I mean, they prepared for this tournament. They're excited to be here. They use it as vacations. So we are cheering everybody on from afar, and so happy that everybody is part of this.
Okay, so somebody has texted us some of the rules. So apparently 11.j is about distractions. And it says, players may not distract an opponent when the opponent is about to play the ball. If, in the judgment of the referee, a distraction has occurred, the referee shall immediately call a fault on the offending team.
Yeah, I agree. I really do feel like this is a hindrance because obviously he wasn't hitting the ball, but he was about to, and Kyle was referencing over to the ref on the serve. So, I mean, I think it's legit. But again, the head referee, here she comes. Maybe she has reviewed the video.
Well, and how do you
let's listen in.
We can hear a little bit. At least I think I'm hearing the referee a little bit. I don't know if you guys can.
So I called it distracted. That was a fault against him. Yes, it was. So it's now 3 over there. Kyle is arguing that he said it when he didn't serve. So you're arguing.
So the question I think he might be saying is, if you say, if the player's about to play the ball, well, technically he hit the serve. Kyle talked after. Does it mean about the
no,
point
you kept speaking.
or each individual
you
player
just kept
at
telling
any
me
time?
his serve is illegal. All I said was the serve is illegal. That's all I said. Ball comes, Danny plays it, they drop him in, he attacks the ball, Danny stops playing, and then makes it up. She didn't call it distraction when I talked to her.
The referee.
Then they started saying it was distraction, then she didn't call it. So the ball was traveling to our side of the net when I spoke. I stopped talking before he even hit it. It played out the rally, they stopped playing. Your serve's illegal. No. But he shouldn't be saying it at all. The call, she called a distraction after the point's over, after they complained that it was distraction. But they were making him play on the ball at the time.
Marcelo and his partner.
He didn't say it while he was in it.
Both
He returned it. Ball was on him.
hindrance, not just one.
I was calling his partner's serve illegal.
That's
not his job. So you're trying to talk, you're trying to have a conversation with the referee. I'm not trying to have a conversation. I said the serve was illegal, downward swing. Right, and then you kept going on. No, I didn't. It's illegal. I didn't keep going. I didn't say a word. I thought it went on longer than it should have. No, because he started saying that there was a distraction and he stopped playing. But you didn't call it distraction. Not immediately. I thought it when I was thinking, during the, wait a minute, during the play.
Who remembers what?
She admitted the ball was on our side of the court when I spoke.
It doesn't seem to be deterring the spectators. They're having a riot.
No, I wasn't, but I was.
We have some of the other sponsors and vendors throwing some things into the crowd, but let's see here.
What is the distraction rule? The distraction rule is when your opponents are making a play on the ball, which they were not. The ball's on our side of the net. So there was no hindrance on their shot.
There's a hindrance on my shot, and I made it.
There was no hindrance on that.
Well, if it was a hindrance on your shot, why did you say you didn't continue talking?
Because I kept playing. I have to keep playing the point. I have to keep playing the point.
That's not the way I saw it.
Defend her call, but that's
what are the two options here? Because I just want to play at this point.
I just want to play too, but that's not the rule. The ball's on our side of the net. There's no hindrance.
It's not a hindrance. It's a distraction.
You can't be having a conversation with the referee during. I said
Another
one
shot of the
statement,
crowd there.
and we played it out.
Thank you, Nanette and the Pink, who's done a lot to help out here, throwing a couple fun fans to the fans.
It wasn't an intentional distraction. It wasn't when they were hitting. It wasn't directed towards them at all. We were playing the ball. Where's the hindrance? You're having a conversation with the referee? I wasn't having a conversation with the referee. I said one statement to her, telling her the service illegal. If anything, I was just talking to myself out loud, but there was no way.
No, you were looking at me.
Gail, what is the rule? What is the rule? Read me the rule. We cannot have a conversation with the referee. Read me. I wasn't having a conversation with the referee during play, but read me the rule. I was never talking when the ball's on their side of the net. There's no hindrance. So, I would agree with the referee. On what? So read me the rule. If she called a distraction, I would support that. It was after the point was over, after we'd already played 6 more shots, and I wasn't talking.
It was over and back.
I know, but that's not the rule. Read me the rule. Show me the rule. I don't have the rule. Well, show me the rule because you guys are not abiding by the rules here. No, we definitely want to abide by the rules. And it's not. It's inside the rule, but it's not the rule. So you're telling me you guys are making a judgment? Yeah, we have to make a decision.
The people clapping are trying to say, let's make
It's so horrendous. You understand that? You guys, the same thing happened last year in the final. You guys did not follow the rule like last year.
Now the question becomes, will Kyle be able to focus?
So it's a fault on him, and it's actually a timeout because they fought for the head referee.
He's going to lose his focus, so let's see what happens.
You want to tell him?
Exactly. Some people even started booing. The crowd was clapping. He's getting real close from a technical, I'm thinking. If I'm a referee and someone's pointing their finger at me yelling.
Gail.
Marcelo's just smiling. Because Kyle now is going up to the referee saying, hey, watch his serve. It's illegal.
All right, guys.
So we'll see what happens.
Just so you know, you've gotten a technical warning and a timeout miss. All right, ma'am.
Oh, he did get a technical warning.
He said yes, ma'am. So he just said, just so you know, you got a technical warning. He said yes, ma'am.
Okay, your score is 3. Your service.
Kyle's issue is a serve is supposed to be upward motion, and so of course with the advanced technology, the service is someone's kind of coming down on it and hitting with that downward motion. That's going to significantly change your serve.
All right, let's resume play.
And here we are, finally.
Time in.
Resuming
3-3-2.
play after all that. 3-3-2.
Side out.
Let's see the response from the crowd.
It's mild.
Very mild.
Franklin X40.
3-3-1.
Kyle puts it away. So we come back after the serve.
I think Kyle's going to be mighty active.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's gonna make a move here? Oh.
Point.
Kyle was ready and Marcelo was as well.
4-3-1.
What a dink. His dinks say, look how low they're staying. Marcelo, Jardim.
Oh.
Point.
Just caught the edge of his paddle there. Bounces off and goes long.
But Marcelo Jardim, he's actually playing it back to himself. Like he is purposely attacking, knowing it's going to come back to his forehand.
Mm-hmm.
Point.
Okay, so interestingly, they seem to be progressing.
6-3-1. Second server.
Really good dinking.
Here's
really
a look.
Good dinking.
6.
Yep, just. I mean, Marcelo Jardim is purposely
6-3-2.
starting it up for a response, which is really interesting. He's not really just trying to hit a winner.
I mean, come on, Ronan Cameron, too.
Point.
Had some great resets, was able to get back up to the net, but ultimately, if you take a look here, they heat it up directly towards Jardim. It goes into the net.
Point. Timeout. Change ends. 8-3-2. 1 minute.
So since we are in the back draw here, it is going to be a game to 15. So we will change sides at 8 and take a hydration break and be back in a moment with more action.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Nature Made, the official vitamin of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Arnicare, fragrance-free pain and bruise relief. Up your game without the pain. Available where you shop. And by Franklin, the official bag of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And remember, you can purchase the official U.S. Open Pickleball Championships apparel at kitschpickleball.com.
Okay, with a low-angle view there, and the tent glaring in the sun behind us. But that's an interesting angle, looking back the court from the net. Gingrich just served.
Okay, so at that point, Marcelo sped it up, but actually, you know, didn't make an error on the counter, and he won the point. So I'll be curious to see if Marcelo now gets those counters in versus making the error from the first 8 points, what this match is going to look like. Really good redirect by Dane.
Here's a quick look, Franklin X40 replay.
Held it.
Kind of bringing up towards.
Yeah, held it. Took the left side of the ball.
3-8-2.
Deep serve from Cameron. Around the post, Gingrich defends it.
Very good. Very good movement. Very good movement. Those balls all were staying very, very low.
4-8-2. Side out.
Yates and Gingrich able to hold that off and get the serve back.
8-4-1. Point.
A little bobble on the net doesn't make it over.
I mean, you can see, I know that Marcelo Jardim plays a lot of padel, so he's, I'm not sure how that's played, but he seems to be purposely doing like a 1-2-3 strategy, just not able to actually execute a couple of the shots. Dane had that.
Yeah, just kind of, you could tell he wanted it.
9-4-2.
You can see it right here, I'm not quite sure. Gingrich pops it, but into the net. So we come back. Points already underway there a little bit.
Oh, what a reset.
Nice. Ooh, a
Nice
lob.
shot.
Gets the corner. Gingrich gets it over.
Oh my God, Kyle, that is so good.
Side out.
And Dane missed. Kyle did such a good job resetting, coming all the way from the deuce court to the ad court. Really
There's
good.
that look. Dane gets it, but all the way open. Kyle comes back with a nice drop backhand from way back in the corner.
4-9-1.
Ultimately goes short. Ooh, he gets it back over.
Ooh.
And then reset. Another lob, but this time he gets it.
What a reset.
Oh, and it just goes a little wide.
So Marcelo keeps trying to redirect behind Kyle to his backhand. Kyle is reading it, but God, there were some amazing resets in there.
5-9-1.
Another lob.
Oh,
another one.
He's using the lobs a ton.
Well, too, this offensive lob.
Yeah.
Kyle looking to push him out. Here's a quick look. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one into the net.
But you could see how Dane was starting to back off, and they just leaned in, Marcelo.
Oh, strong drive. Another great point, like 2 great interchanges in a row.
I mean, Dane's doing a great job with his hands.
So with that, as the game starts to heat up, a timeout has been called, and we are at 7-9. And we'll see what happens here again in this great match. We'll take a quick Takea hydration break, and we'll see soon.
The Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. By Fat Tire, crisp, clean, and refreshing. The perfect post-play beer. By Zing Zang, the #1 Bloody Mary brand is on fire with Zing Zang Blazing Bloody Mary. And by Deco Turf, the official pickleball court surface of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We were hoping you were getting a slice of the excitement here at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships in this unique pro split age bracket. I am Rusty Howes, joined with Eva Welsher here in the booth.
Hello.
Eva, we've seen some interesting things happen. If you're just joining us at 3-3, there was a long break as there was a referee question, and ultimately we have very quickly, actually even in the beginning of the game, it took us a while to get to 3-3 with a lot of back and forth, but now we've gone all the way up to 7-9.
Oh my gosh.
That time it goes wide.
Second server.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marcelo has been doing some great offensive lobs,
Yes.
and this is like the first one out of I think the last 5 that has gone out for him. But
You know, you can.
7-9-2.
Oh, wait. Nice job. So you can open up the court with wide dinks and wide shots, but you also can do it using the air.
8-9-2. Side out.
Good high backhand. Bad luck with the net, but Dane had a really good two-handed backhand right down at the feet. Excellent job.
so you come back again. We're going to 15 here. So
Marcelo backed up. That was not his normal thing. Good job from Kyle getting it to the feet.
Point.
Yeah.
You guys were out of position.
Too greedy.
You have
Too greedy.
He's in this court. Timeout receivers.
Okay,
11-8.
so we have another timeout called by the receivers.
Yeah,
and you're
really
saying,
good
you know,
timeout.
it's going to 15, but the tide had turned enough that they chose to take a timeout, so we'll take another Takea hydration break.
Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, are brought to you by Latitude, Margaritaville, and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude, Margaritaville. By Skechers Pickleball. Experience comfort that performs with the Viper Court Pro. By Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. And by Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com.
With a view of the 3 big American flags there that have been here for years, you can see there's a little bit of a breeze here at Zing Zang Championship Court. We've referenced it doesn't really swirl around. It's pretty consistent, kind of one direction or the other. But you've played here, right? How much is the breeze or wind a factor?
Oh, I think it's huge. I mean, you could see that Kyle, Yates, and Dane went up 8-3. And then now you switch sides, and these guys were able to at least get it even, and now Kyle's up. That's a really good return. Nice reset. He keeps trying that shot behind the ad
Second
person,
server.
kind of a redirect disguise. It's actually a good shot. He just needs to take some pace off.
11-8-2.
God, his hands. Marcelo's hands are so good. Yeah, that's a little bit going to the well too many times. I mean, they're looking for it now, Kyle is.
And here's a quick look.
Yeah, he's ready. Kyle is so fast. Kyle
Yes,
Yates
exactly,
is
yeah.
so fast. I mean, you're not going to, maybe you beat him once, maybe twice, but after that, he knows.
Side out.
And that time goes to drop it, but into the net.
8-12-1. Second server.
They're going to need to have these opportunities to get some points.
8-12-2.
Oh, good guts. Oh, what an Ernie. Shoot.
And here's a quick look at a Franklin X40 replay.
9-12-2.
A lot of spin on his Kyle Yates' backhands.
Side out.
Tried an ATP. Too much. Just a little too much.
Which leads us to a side out coming back with Gingrich
12-9-1.
serving to Jargin.
Great serve.
Point.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking a lot about all the older players here, but younger Ronan Cameron, his first time here on Championship Court as a part of the broadcast at the U.S. Open. Apparently, it's his second U.S. Open.
13-9-1.
He's Florida native, Fort Myers. Gingrich serves to Cameron.
They're really focusing on Dane now, but Dane is handling everything. I mean, he's got answers. Nice shot.
Yeah, that backhand pop right down there.
Yeah, I think this is where like experience comes in. Kyle and Dane Gendrich have lived through these moments and these type of strategies before, and I think you're seeing their expertise coming out.
So here's our game point. Yates with the lob.
They haven't really played Rowan that much.
Oh,
he missed it. He wanted to end it on that.
Oh, wait, they just called that point.
It was out.
Out.
She calls it a point. Gingrich calls it back.
Second server.
Yeah.
All right.
Good sportsmanship there, Dane.
14-9.
She called it in, but Dane's like, no, 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 that was out. So
14-9-2.
another game point.
Bye-bye. Oh, good
And there
job.
you go. So now.
Match. 15-9.
So
Yates.
Gingrich Yates have a chance to progress through the bracket to try to see if they can claim bronze at the U.S. Open.
Yep.
And for everybody else who's watching, don't go away. We will take a break. Let's look at this last moment here if we can. Yeah. Jardim has a chance again to defend some great play by all four players. And, you know, with the interruption there a little bit in the middle, we came and saw some great things happen. We will take a break and be more action soon.
Margaritaville. It's not just a state of mind. Now it's a place to live. Introducing Latitude Margaritaville. New homes in 55 and better communities where you can live the Margaritaville lifestyle every day. Find your new home at latitudemargaritaville.com.
Here on Florida's Paradise Coast, you can't help but think, if only every beach was this beautiful. If only every adventure was this exciting. If only every dinner was this special. If only every sky was this dramatic. All of which proves one thing. When you want a vacation to deliver only the finest of everything, only Paradise will do. Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going. Oh.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Change of matches are happening. Everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed that backdraw match between Kyle Yates and Dane Gendrich. At the end, I think that experience and just expertise won over. Right now, everybody's going to get some more food. They're going to go shopping at all the shops that are here with all the different vendors. This has been just a great couple days so far. A lot more coming. Today is the gender pro split, which is one of my favorite events, where a player, 50 and over pro, plays with a younger person and they compete. So we just saw Marcelo Jardim play. He's just just an amazing, one of the top padel players in the world, and his hands were incredible. So if you haven't been to the U.S. Open, folks, this place is on fire. It is the people's tournament. Everything is catered to the spectator and the player. The competition is absolutely intense. Right now we're looking at the crowd. Yeah, kisses, lots and lots of kisses. People are just filing in, waiting for the next match. We're right now in the semifinals of the pro events. So I'm hoping that the next match, well, I know the next match is going to be a gender semifinal, women's. Lee Whitwell and her partner are coming out, and we're waiting for their opponents. Lee recently joined the senior group of players, and she's killing it. She's been winning everything with her partner, Angela Simon. So we'll see what is in store for them this week coming up. I think they play Thursday or Friday. All right. Everybody's warming up, getting ready. I look around, there's so many friends. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to Zing Zang Championship Court with a look at Megan Fudge there.
Oh my God.
Fudge there going across the court. And we have